After an incredible start to our Greek island series in Paros, it was time for island number 2, Naxos. Over the next couple of days, we explored the old town, checked out the beaches, and wandered through the mountain villages and tried some of the best food we've had in Greece so far. This is our time in Naxos, and we made every minute count. Today marks the beginning of our second adventure in the agency on our second island, right next to our previous island, Paros. We have made it to Naxos. Another beautiful day here.
I immediately love it here. The town looks so beautiful and the color of this water makes me want to just dive in right now.
For those of you that saw our previous video in Paros, we were amazed by the beauty of like the old fishermen's villages and its white wall with blue paintings. On this one, we actually get to stay inside this little village aspect.
I mean, look what we're walking through to get to our apartment. Also, immediately love Naxos.
Google Maps is directing you through the street?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, to have the pretty spot and the pretty view, you do have to carry your luggage quite a bit around. I'm sure it's gonna be all worth it. Just be prepared.
Hello, welcome.
Hello. Adorable. It's already adorable. We haven't even seen the room.
Second blue door, number 4. Look at our little... Wow.
Wow, I'm going to see.
We've got ocean views.
Oh my god. Look at this. I'm even just...
Oh, this is cute. Look how cute that shower is. Anyway, the shower is one of the main reasons why I booked it, and also just its location and everything in here, like even the wardrobe is like curvy Greece architecture style. We have a blue door.
We have it.
And we have blue shutters on our windows.
Oh wow, this is beautiful.
This is like the perfect Greek islands little stay.
Wow.
And look, a little kitchen.
A little kitchen.
It seems like an induction stove top, a little sink, some glassware, some simple stuff, but enough to make it slightly more affordable for us to eat. We can make breakfast at home, coffee at home, things like that. And this place, actually, I immediately love it. Let me check the bed. Pretty good. Because amazingly, we are paying 65 Australian dollars per night for this. Wow. Plus, the woman who greeted us was super kind and we love her too.
So after having 3 impeccably beautiful sunny days in, oh my god, this is amazing, in Paros, unfortunately the weather seems to be turning a little bit tomorrow, so we're gonna make the most of this idyllic island location. And starting with a bit of a refreshment, going for a swim before exploring the town, seeing the main attraction, and hopefully finding a scooter within the same price range we did when in Paros. For now, let's just go and refresh our body.
Immediately a very, very different vibe to what we had in Paros. This area of Naxos, at least, this where the port is so much more built up. There's way more restaurants. The restaurants look quite a bit fancier, actually, than what we had over in Paros. The town, I'm so excited to explore more of that because it looks so beautiful. Now, from what I've heard is that Naxos is still a very underrated island here in the Cyclades. So like the more popular ones are your Mykonos and your Santorini, and Naxos hasn't quite hit the major tourism yet. So seeing how much more built up it is from Paros, if that's still minor, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like when we go to Mykonos next. But I'm hoping that it's just like in that perfect balance right now before it gets crazy from tourism, but it still has quite a lot of infrastructure for the tourists. I think this looks so nice. Okay, well, we've found the closest beach to Naxos town, which, because we haven't got a scooter yet, that's what we're gonna check out today. Is there anything better than taking a short 1-hour ferry ride and arriving on a new island after leaving an island and immediately going to the beach and going for a swim in the ocean. Wow. I don't think there's anything better than that. And this water, once again, impeccably pure and blue and refreshing and just so nice.
After an amazing 1 or 2 hours enjoying the beach and the sunshine and the water, which is fresh but definitely swimmable. And as you can tell from behind me, the sun is coming down a little bit. So we're gonna explore a little bit of this town because we are limited. We don't have as much time in Naxos as we had in Paros. We're gonna explore here, maybe get a cheeky gyros because why not? And just loop around and go see the main attraction of this side of the island for sunset. And just like Paros, Naxos was annexed or conquered by the Venetians, and a lot of its architecture is still remnant from the Venetians. We're looking for the Portara, which is a place where there's a massive gate from the Venetian times, as well as the fort or the castle, which is right next to our house, but we can't actually seem to locate its entrance. It is so pretty.
It's so much bigger than Paros was, so even though, like, I don't want to say it's more beautiful, but there's more to discover because it's so much larger here.
And whereas Paros's fishing village was more grid-like, this one is more shaped in the sort of mountain or hill at the entrance of the port. So there's no real pattern in the grid. So you really find yourself wandering through low alleys like we are right now, figuring out where to go, which obviously adds to the charm.
Every single corner of this town is just beautiful. So even though we had a direction we wanted to go and we're completely lost, I'm pretty sure we've just gone around in circles. It's been a beautiful way to get lost. I know we've only been on Naxos for a couple of hours and literally all we've done is check into our apartment and go to the beach, but just like this short wandering around the town, it just has a really cool vibe to it. And again, it's not very busy, like there's not very many people here. But we did meet a couple at the beach that said they usually come to this island in September, and they said there's so much less people here in October and the weather is still brilliant. So I think maybe October's the month to come. Anyway, we're gonna walk back to the other side now and go watch the sunset. So we're actually making our way over. The moment you arrive in Naxos on the ferry, one of the things that stands out the most is this beautiful marble arch standing on this headland that's jutting out over the ocean over here. And this is an old, or what's left, I guess, of the temple of Apollo. The only thing that's left is this big arch, but it honestly looks pretty impressive. And it's beautiful light, so we're gonna go over there and we're going to enjoy the sunset with the arch, and we grab some dinner to eat whilst we're over there. And the Greek islands are just perfect. They're just perfection. Like the weather, perfection. The water, perfection. The food, perfection.
Here in summer,
look at
people
this.
just sit here and swim.
Amazing.
Wow. Wow. Like, my mind is...
And this is just the doorway. So this is not the full height. The actual full height of the columns that would have made up the temple were 12 meters to 12.5 meters tall. So they were even taller than that. Naxos is actually known for having incredible food, and there's a couple of things in particular they're famous for. Apparently their potatoes are like all around Greek coveted. Like they love their potatoes here. They also do really good lamb apparently, and they even distill their own unique alcohol. So we'll probably try some food tomorrow, but today we just stuck to a classic gyros because we wanted to come up here and watch the sunset, and we were hungry. It was time to eat. So in order to kill two birds with one stone, we had to get takeaway. Not yet. Okay. And bye-bye.
Good morning. We opened our window this morning and 2 cats jumped into our room. And this one is like, wow, so cuddly. I've never met this cat before. This is our first interaction with each other. But unfortunately the weather is not ideal today. It was raining a bit and it's supposed to be overcast all day. So our original plan was to hire a scooter like we did on Paros when we were there. But when we went to the scooter rental place yesterday, apparently the laws are different here. And regardless of what size the scooter is, you have to have a motorbike license. So we can't even rent a 50cc. I think we're probably going to rent a car instead so that we can explore the island. And considering the weather's not perfect, that's probably going to turn out to be the best idea. Anyway, when we asked the rental place how much a car was, it was €35 for the day. So last night we went on discovercars.com, which is the website that we always book our cars through because they always give us the best deal. And they gave us a way better deal. I think it's 27 Australian dollars, which is about €15. So it's less than half the price that the rental agency quoted us. We'll pop a link below for Discover Cars. It is an affiliate link, so if you book a car through them, 1, you'll save a ton of money, and 2, we'll make a small commission from your booking as well, which really helps us keep traveling. Hey. Hey. Why are you so cute?
What are you doing? What are you doing? You know you're not supposed to do this. What are you doing? This pillow here is not a toy. If this guy will just...
Unfortunately, so far, the weather is sticking to its guns and it's remaining overcast, even though I was really hoping that it was just gonna be like, just kidding, we're gonna have another sunny day. So we've come down to the port because we've booked through Discover Cars, like I said, and it comes through a company called Advance, and they actually just meet you at the port. So they said 9 o'clock, meet us at the port, pick it up, and I guess we'll arrange a drop off with them. So we're gonna grab a car. I think that in hindsight, now that we know we're getting a car, and looking at like the terrain of the island, because Naxos is quite a bit more mountainous than what Paros was, I think a car is probably the better shout than the 50cc scooter for getting around here. It's a much larger island, there's much more mountains and hills, and as the weather's not great, it might end up working in our favor.
Let's go explore Naxos!
The cool thing about Naxos Island is that there are a couple of like archaeological ruin sites that you can go visit here. So obviously yesterday we went to the Temple of Apollo and we watched the sunset from there. And now this morning we've actually driven into the center of the island, maybe about 15 minutes from Naxos town, and we've come to the Temple of Demeter. This one is slightly more like there's more of it still standing than the Temple of Apollo, but it's quite a bit smaller than the Temple of Apollo, and obviously it doesn't have the dramatic ocean backdrop or the town backdrop. So it's still beautiful though, because it's here in the mountains and there's just nothing around it. Like seemingly it's in the middle of nowhere. We're on our way to one of the mountain villages and the sun is potentially breaking through the clouds right now.
Good.
I forgot that I was on a menu.
Alright, we've made it to our first official stop. We've made it to the little town of Fabios, Kalios?
Joki!
Joki!
And I don't know if I've mentioned this in previous vlogs in Greece or in this vlog, but I love the Greek people. They're so friendly and so kind, and like every day like we greet somebody and they give you the biggest smile and like the warmest greeting, and they're like over the top friendly, which is so nice and it warms my heart. Well, that is the tiniest, cutest village I think we've ever been to. So beautiful and super tiny, but a very, very quick stop. Apparently, Naxos food is meant to be incredible, and there is like certain food that you should eat whilst you're here on the island. So we're gonna try and save ourselves so that we can have a good meal later. There's just this incredible church up on the most prominent peak here, and because the rock is so arid and bare, and then there's just this huge white church up there, it looks incredible. So obviously Max has put the drone up to check it out a bit more, but that's the church of Agios Loannis. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's just incredible. It's so beautiful up there. It's just so bare all around it, and then they've just built this church. Amazing.
And after what was honestly one of the best drives we've done in a long time, we went through the mountains, down the hills, we saw some shepherds, we saw beautiful olive farms. We made it to a little town called Apollonas, and it's this tiny little cove with just a couple of restaurants along the shore, just like we saw yesterday in the main town, right by where the boat used to dock. And the water is, as usual, crystal clear. Also, one thing about this drive is reminded us that I'm really glad we didn't get a scooter, or at least a 50cc scooter like we did in Paros, because like I said, very, very hilly. So the car was a blessing in disguise. I'm really glad we got this, and it's quite windy, so very, very good. And believe it or not, I know this is an island, so you'd think, all right, fish is the #1 thing here, and I'm not saying anything bad about the fish, but funny enough, the most popular sort of dishes here you have to get is sort of sheep or lamb, and there's also a rabbit. We're gonna see if we can find more of a local sort of dish, which I assume would involve some meat. Okay.
What is the sauce?
Oh, do you please say you have gluten sauce?
Yes.
Yes.
And potato?
Potato, of course. And then the grilled lamb chops?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay, oh my god.
Bon appetit.
So, as mentioned, this island is also not just... Oh my god, buddy. Hey, move. I assume there's some delicious fish in this island, but as mentioned, meat is what's recommended as like traditional dishes. One of them being the lamb, which came with side of potatoes, and I assume the potatoes are from here, which are very popular. And Jacqueline looks... she got some lamb chops that looks delicious with some nice seasoning, and then some side of, I don't know if it's a garlic sauce or tzatziki, some lemons. Oh, this is...
That just excuse me, because I'm gonna be barbaric and just eat with my hands, because you know, it's actually so good. And she gave me 5 chops, which feels like a pretty decent portion. The good thing about this particular restaurant is on the menu, it specifically said that the meat and potatoes are locally sourced from Naxos Island, because Naxos is so famous for its meat and potatoes. So it's good to know that we're not eating imported meat, that we are actually eating local meat. And I think coming out to one of the smaller villages to have lunch, seasoned perfectly, amazing. It's pretty affordable. Our meals were about €15 each. It was only €6 for half a litre of wine, so and it's not outrageous. Like we said, Naxos is actually known for having really good food, and the fact that we've only had 2 meals so far, both have been better than average for what we've eaten so far, and we haven't gone to restaurants that have been highly rated. We've literally just chosen a random restaurant. It definitely speaks to the fact that Naxos food is definitely higher than other islands.
Hey. Well, after what was probably one of our best meal here in Greece, as that meat was absolutely delicious, we've made it to what is apparently one of the oldest marble quarry in the world with, wow. Okay, I'll show you first because it is very, very cool. Whoa, that is so unique.
That is one rock.
That is one rock.
One marble rock. Wow. So this is a statue that they think was of Dionysus. So what would happen is that they would actually quarry out the marble and they would start carving like the beginnings of a statue, and then they would transport it to wherever it was supposed to go, and then they would finish the carvings there. But some of the statues, there's actually 3 on the island, similar to this one. This is the biggest one. But they've all been damaged during the transport stage. So they've basically just been abandoned.
Wow. So like the original shape of the rock is here. So I guess all of this chunk was carved out. Maybe this section here was taken away, but this part here clearly still here.
This one is 10 meters tall. Off you go. You can't stay here, I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. Stop hating on me.
Well, beautiful people, as you can tell, the weather has turned very bad. We didn't do much apart from driving back home yesterday. We rented a car, returned it, really good. So if you want to rent a car, one day is perfectly fine.
Cars will save you a lot of money compared to asking the rental agencies here. And they meet you at the port, so it's like so much more convenient.
Yeah, it was very easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are off to our 3rd destination in the Greek islands. Mykonos. And
in the rain.
Hopefully there is a video. Otherwise, if there's no video, there's probably a clip coming on right now.
So yesterday, if it had been sunny weather, it would have been a lot more jam-packed with a lot more visits to some of the beautiful beaches that we saw as we were driving around the island. Obviously, because we didn't have good weather, we didn't make those stops, but definitely check those out. And I would even recommend booking 3 nights here so that you have another day just to check out the beaches and relax here a little bit. 2 nights, honestly, if it had been sunny, would have felt a little bit rushed for us. So definitely book 3 nights in Naxos. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
We will link everything in the description below. So if you're interested in renting a car here, definitely check out Discover Cars. Everywhere we ate, all of that kind, everywhere we went will all be linked down below. And we will hopefully see you in Mykonos.
Bye guys.
Bye.